Greetings, my V family all over the world. This is your chief. Welcome to week 18, guys. Firstly, let me, from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of my family, wish all my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world Eid Mubarak. I hope you had a fantastic, beautiful celebration with your family, with your team, with your friends. Please convey my love and respect to your parents. Hug the little kids and say, Uncle Chief wishes them Eid Mubarak, guys. All right, make it a celebration of loyalty, love, service. All right, I've been getting so many messages. I sent out so many videos yesterday to all the teams around the world wishing them Eid Mubarak from Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. Right now I'm recording from my home, but I'm supposed to be on the flight, and that gave me the inspiration for my Wednesday message. This Wednesday, I had to move my flight by 24 hours to London, where I'm going to spend a week with Dato Sri Vijay, Japa, JR, Kuna, all the V partners, all right, some of the leaders around the world, okay, to support the Manchester City Football Club. And then I go to Switzerland, where me and JR spend a few days together recording some of the coolest videos and working on some of the new designs for Simier, for Mounier, for Bernard Ichmeyer. And then I land back in Dubai on the way back and spend a week there with, David Sharma, Dave Joel, Adli, Sati again. And we have tons of meetings lined up. So it's going to be a crazy 2-week journey that I've planned out. And I had to move my flight by 24 hours. And it came to this understanding, all right, why I had to move the flight. And it reminded me of a message of Dato Sri Vijay. Now, when I started, I was 22 years old, young moron with a dream. And I spent a lot of time with Dato Sri Vijay. And even if you're brand new listening to me for the first time, whether you've been around for many months or years, whether you're a V partner, AVP, V council, please listen carefully to your upline and chief. All right. So in the early days, Dato Sri Vijay shared a profound amount of knowledge and training on how to build a network and all of that stuff. But there were two statements he made that the first one I never understood at the age of 22, 23. The second one changed my life completely. All right. The first statement he made to me when I was a young man, I'm still a young man today. He said, there are no flaws in the master plan. Just over me, guys. I did not understand it. Now imagine, today I guess the younger generation is much more knowledgeable, much more connected. The internet gives so much knowledge. But back then, it was me, this young moron with a dream, sitting in front of this great man, Dato Sri Vijay. And he made that statement, there are no flaws in the master plan. I went like, okay, didn't understand what you're saying. And a few months after that, after building and going to him regularly with complaints of challenges, of rejection, of downlines who don't listen, upline who don't, well, he was my upline, so no complaints about my upline. The industry, the lack of acceptance, and then a crisis hit me. So I sat down with him. And every time I sat down with him, he would give me a profound statement that blew my mind, where he said, all right, and he always says it until today to me, okay, that a single blade of grass cannot move without his will. Now, regardless of what your faith and belief is, I respect all your belief systems. I just wanted to share how this statement impacted me and how it changed the way I looked at life and the way I look at life today. I was an easily frustrated man. I was easily angry. All right. I would blame the world for everything. Okay. I didn't have patience. I didn't I couldn't tolerate people who did not meet my expectation, whether it's a downline, all right, or a team member somewhere in the organization. Everything used to get to me, and I used to be reaching a point of being perpetually unhappy about everything that impacted my life and surrounded my life, okay? And I used to be a bad person in return. I used to get angry easily. I didn't spend enough quality time with my mom, all right? And you only can give what you have. So if you are the kind of networker who's easily frustrated, easily angry, easily disappointed, easily dejected, and to the point of getting depressed sometimes with your journey with QNet and the V, then you only have that to give. All right. I remember on an Instagram or Wednesday message some time ago, I made a video saying that you only can give what you have. And at that point, 24 years old, I am not the man I am today. Okay. And a lot of my close friends who were there for me from day one will know that I was a different individual. And every time I sat down with Dato Sri Vijay, every time, I'm speaking from my heart, guys, and I really want you to focus on this message, this Wednesday message, because it changed me. It changed my life in such a positive way that it blows my mind today when I look back to who I was and who I am today as your upline representing this great man, Jayaprakash Bismarck and Dato Sri Vijay. And he constantly made this statement that a single blade of grass cannot move without his will, or there are no flaws in the master plan, or there are no accidents in life, that everything is meant to happen. Now I need you to comprehend this. As a new guy or girl watching this video, I'm just going to give you some numbers. Out of almost 8 billion people on the planet, your upline picked your number or your name to put on their list and called you at a specific time of your journey of life out of 8 billion people, where you actually said yes to the appointment or the presentation when you could have had a zillion reasons or excuses not to be available for that presentation. And then this individual, at that point of his or her life, at that point of mojo or energy or mindset, presented the presentation to you at that very specific moment, at that specific place, at the specific meeting point of both your lives. And you, even after Googling some negative stuff, which was very well explained by that presenter or that upline who presented to you, you said yes, not to only buy a product, but to start your journey with QNet. Now, this is not an accident. This is part of the master plan. This is part of the bigger plan. And I want you to comprehend that you are meant to be on this journey. Now, what this journey is going to give you, I don't know. Whether it's going to give you millions of dollars, whether it's going to give you the greatest lessons of life, whether it's going to give you some of the most powerful relationships that you will ever have in your journey of life, whether it's going to awaken that powerful, limitless power within you, and you could succeed and max out, or you could drop out with a wealth of experience or knowledge that you would apply somewhere else in your point of journey, I really don't know. But you are meant to be here. That you are meant to listen to my message this Wednesday. And I believe that what I'm saying today, I did not plan. I did not write it out. I never plan what I say. I just go with what I feel. At this very moment, I had to move my flight, all right, because somebody needed me so badly. And I wanted to be here for that person and not leave when that person needed me the most. And I moved my flight by 24 hours. And I realized there's a reason why I'm staying back to convey my Wednesday message in relation to why I moved my flight. I hope I'm making sense. The Dato Sri Vijay always taught me that there are no mistakes in the people who come into your life. Whether they are bad or good, it was meant to be that they're there to teach you something. The bad people sometimes teach you more than the good people. that the hurt and pain that you go through in bad relationships actually make you stronger, make you realize how special you are. It's not your fault that a moron out there treated you badly. All right? And every person comes into your life for a reason, to teach you, to guide you, to make you realize your limitless potential, to make you realize who you are. All right? And there are no such thing as bad downlines, that every downline has to be treated differently. I believe that every downline who came into my life, who quit the business after I dedicated so much time and effort into them, still made me into a better upline, even though that person is not around anymore. And if you have an upline who may not be the upline you expect, I still believe you can learn from any upline. As Dato Sri Vijay says, Confucius, the great philosopher, once said that you can learn from stone if you empty your cup. That I believe that the crises we face, that the challenges we face is meant to be. It is not our decision. It is not a flaw of QNet. It is not a flaw of the corporate guy. Sometimes some networkers tell me, Chief, if the corporate guy is prepared better. No, there are no mistakes in the master plan. That crisis in that country is supposed to happen in that country at that time, and it's supposed to impact you the way it did impact you. And if you're still around after facing a crisis in your market, that means the master plan has no flaws, that you are meant to be here. But that crisis would have made you stronger, would have taught you so many lessons, would have shown you the true loyal warriors that stayed with you, and the ones who left were meant to leave. I hope I'm making sense. That every crisis I have been through, and I've been through some major ones in 24 years, I realize how blessed I am to have Japa and Dato Sri Vijay as my uplines. I realize the true meaning of loyalty at that point. Only a crisis will show you who your true loyal warriors are. If times are good for too long, I believe that everyone takes each other for granted. And sometimes a crisis is his way of showing us not to take each other for granted. To appreciate the person who may not be a max out king or queen, but stayed with you no matter what. And that person will eventually be your real max out king or queen. But at least you know they didn't abandon you during difficult times. I believe in this lesson Dato Sri Vijay taught me. And I apply it in every aspect of my life, whether it's my personal relationships, my role as your upline. That I believe that everything happens for a reason, greater than we can understand. But if you learn to embrace it and learn from every experience, no matter how painful it is, you will become a better person. That losing your cool is no longer cool. All right? Being emotional is counterproductive because you push people away. And to react to every situation negatively does not benefit you, your downlines, or anyone. Then why do we choose to react that way? If we understand and we embrace this truth, as Dato Sri Vijay taught me, that everything happens for a reason. Everyone comes into your life for a reason. That you must need to learn to embrace this master plan and not react to it, but respond to it. Respond means think and apply. Don't react. It doesn't benefit anyone. And the most difficult thing I think he made me apply in my life, that even your greatest enemy can become your greatest teacher. That even the most challenging moment in your life, you will find goodness in people. You will find dreamers, you will find warriors, you will find power within you to hold on just for one more day, like Sati says in his module. And even the worst challenge you face, it's okay, like Adli says. But I think, like Arun said at VCon, you have to grow up. And I am so grateful to Dato and Japa because they helped me grow up. That today I embrace the master plan. I think before I speak. I stop reacting. I respond. And I recognize the fact that everyone comes into your life for a reason. And if you empty your cup and quell your ego, you can learn great lessons from every experience, every relationship, good or bad. That there's no such thing as a bad upline or bad downline. There's only the master plan. And you should give 100%. If that person leaves, don't regret what you gave, because what you gave made you better. Alright? And don't underestimate those who don't perform today, because they will remain loyal and perform one day and surprise you positively and make a big difference in your life. And if you are a beginner just when you think it is the most difficult business in your journey of life, understand that there are no mistakes in the master plan. There are no flaws. And you keep going and you keep going, and I promise you, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that light will just become brighter and brighter the more you understand that a single blade of grass cannot move without His will. That every relationship you have today, alright, is His gift. So hang on to it. Don't let go of these relationships too easily. If it is true love, then fight for that love. If you don't want to give up on somebody, then don't give up on that person, even if they give up on you. Remove the fear of being Coach B, because you should push people at the risk of losing them, because if you lose them, it's okay as long as you gave your best to push them to become better, guys. And I realized today the greatest lesson taught by Dato Sri Vijay. There are no flaws in the master plan, and the single blade of grass cannot move without His will. So whatever you are experiencing, whatever is going on in your life today, smile and embrace it, because it is the master plan. And the day you accept one truth, that there are no flaws in the master plan, the day you accept the truth that a single blade of grass cannot move without His will, life becomes beautiful. You get this unbelievable clarity. And that is the clarity you need to reach your dreams and to max out. I promise you that. So I love you guys. Embrace the master plan, and life becomes beautiful.